Welcome in. It's the PHNX Cardinals halftime report. I'm Johnny Venerable, Bo Brock, Britton Golden, live from the BetMGM Sportsbook here at the Great Lawn at State Farm Stadium. The Arizona Cardinals give up a last-minute touchdown as Houston leads 21-10. CJ Stroud, Bo, putting together the kind of performance that, frankly, he's been doing all year.
Yeah, that's right. You want to slow down this rookie quarterback, and he did have the one huge mistake that could have this game a little bit more out of hand than it is right now, a two-possession game. But I think you look back at this first half, and you kind of squandered a couple opportunities here. Obviously, Britton, you have the hot start, the 48-yard, deep bomb that you hit, these shots, explosives to Rondale Moore to open up the game. But then, your defense comes out, they start hot, they get the Houston Texans off the field to start, and then you squander that next drive. Poor possession there. And then after the pick, I think you had another maybe questionable play calling possession.
Oh, yeah.
That those are two drives that you just kind of threw away there, and I think that's missed opportunities for this Cardinals team.
No, I agree. I mean, like you said, the first drive was wonderful. You get out, you get a good deep pass. Now, Kyler missed Hollywood on the deep ball. He a little bit underthrown, which could have turned into another touchdown, yes. But going back to the play calling thing, I think especially after that interception in the end zone, you coming out, you just got a big play, which you've needed. Your defense forced a big defensive play, and you come out and you try to run some reverse that has no idea what's going on. I mean, It was snuffed out from the beginning, and then it's just short pass. I mean, I get it. You want to get the ball out of Kyler's hands, but we got to start expanding.
Yeah.
Like, this looks like miles away from what we saw last week offensively.
Yeah, you needed, after that end zone play, for the offense to develop a rapport to get you at least crossing midfield, taking time off the clock. Like, I know the defense struggled in the first half, and that's what a lot of people are going to point to. But, I think most of us expected that, Kazir White now going down, potentially questionable with an elbow injury. The offense needs to step up, and I tweeted this out, gentlemen. I don't like this mindset going back to 100% shotgun with Kyler Murray. I think it welcomes pressure. I mean, the Cardinal offensive line, I think, is built to go downhill in the I formation under center. When you're not giving the defense any opportunity to have to adjust and they can just tee off on these offensive linemen for the Arizona Cardinals, it's difficult. Kyler Murray, to me, looked comfortable in the first quarter, and then he got pressured. And then he started missing some throws, of course, the interception. This team needs to get back to north and south with James Conner allowing Bo play action with Kyler Murray. Maybe then you'd have opportunities with Hollywood Brown downfield. It just doesn't feel earned yet. And I'm like, can we go back to what made the offense with Joshua Dobbs good and then insert K1's accuracy to that? And that should be much better than what we're getting.
Right. It's kind of the game plan that we outlined and we thought that the Cardinals needed to take against the Texans, and the Texans have done the opposite, where they're establishing the run with Devin Singletary. He's getting chunk yards to start.
Yeah.
He's putting CJ Stroud in a great position, causing conflict with the defense. Is he going to run? Are they going to run? Or are they going to pass? And we're just not seeing that with the Arizona Cardinals. It really feels like this offense is one-dimensional, and it's Kyler Murray having to drop back and kind of play a little bit of hero ball, where that was not what he discussed, what he liked about this offense throughout the game planning week. Like, he felt like the infrastructure was there to where he could play within the offense, and it's just not there right now. There's no rhythm to it, PG. I just don't see it at all. It's guys having to make plays behind the sticks.
No, agreed. And the first and second down play calls is what's getting you in trouble.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right now you're trying to play in third and long all day long, and it's not going to help you. Like I alluded to earlier, the reverse puts you in 2nd and 16. Right now you're just trying to find a way to get 8 to 10 yards to try to get in within range, and then the pocket is collapsing on Kyler quicker than normal. Right, so now he's forced to try to make a play, and by the time he can't get out of that pocket by that time because he's surrounded. So, I mean, second half-wise, you've got to find ways to just get back to where you were last week, get the ball out quick, short routes, curl routes, out routes, stuff to get McBride back active in here, get the ball in his hands early. You've got to find ways to get momentum back on your side.
James Conner's averaging 7.2 yards per attempt. He's got 6 for 43, and His longest is 14. Like,
Right.
he's not breaking off 30-yarders, 40-yarders. Feed number 6. He's making a premium $8 to $10 million this year. Kyler Murray's one game back from a torn ACL. Like, Kyler Murray's got 100 yards at half. He's got 8 for 12. Drew Petzing needs to be better. Like, I thought we saw good Petzing last week. A little bit of regression because you're playing right into what Houston wants to do. And the best remedy, in my opinion, for what CJ Stroud and company are doing, it's not with the defense. It's ball control offensively with Kyler Murray and James Conner. Like 10 to 12 play drives, 7 to 8 minute drives. That's what you needed to end the first half, regardless if it ended up with points or not. You're only going to be down 4. But then what happened? You had 1 first down, you punted it back to him, and then you allowed the big play. This defense is gassed, and Houston gets the ball to start the second half. Really like Drew Petzing's not helping himself today. I don't think Hollywood Brown is helping himself much today. Like, you need your best people to step up because Houston's defense is susceptible to the big play. You can carve them up. Do it. Do it in the second half.
Yeah, too little Hollywood Brown. The 2 disaster plays involving him, and I don't think he was necessarily at fault. One, the play call, as you said, the reverse, terrible, and then the underthrow for the pick. That was there, but I think the in-between plays is where Petzing is struggling to kind of find that rhythm. Now we need to get into what the chat is absolutely on fire about right now, and it's the player that was in coverage on that bad TD that they gave up at the end of the half to CJ Stroud and Tank Dell. Marco Wilson, what do they do from here? Because it's just, this is the definition of insanity, continuing to deploy him out there on the playing field.
Yeah, it's a combination of him standing flat-footed. I feel like his eyes are lazy. I mean, the touchdown pass itself, yes, he ran a double move, but you're getting yourself spun around. He's standing flat-footed. He's allowing the receiver to step on his toes, which he has no choice but to open his hips and turn to run. I train receivers on the side right now, and the first thing I tell them when you're running a route is step on his toes. If you step on his toes, he has nothing to do. He has to get out of his back pedal, which now he's turning his shoulders, he's turning his eyes, he's beat. And Marco is proving everything that I teach these kids to be right now.
Yeah, this isn't a sample size. This has been an unfortunate occurrence all season. I think you have to bench him at this point. Jonathan Gannon knows much more football than any of us combined defensively. But I can't believe somebody else would be worse than what we're seeing week in and week out. He's given up almost a league-leading 10 yards per completion or 10 yards per attempt from opposing cornerbacks. So at the end of the day, it's like somebody targets him, that's an automatic first down. That's the opposite of what you want. So whether it's Keitrell Clark or, they've got injuries, I get it. Everybody's got injuries right now. Just because Marco Wilson is available doesn't mean you should use him because this is terrible. This is not what you want.
Starling Thomas, Antonio Hamilton, that seems to be, the direction you can go. Keitrell Clark, get him back in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's don't get me wrong. We're not in a great position at the cornerback position, period, on this defense. But Marco has proven to be bad.
Enough is enough.
For 11 straight weeks now. Nothing's gotten better. It hadn't gotten any bit better. So, I mean, put the rookie in. Yep. I mean, at worst, he played well early. I mean, I obviously have no idea what's going on while he's not playing. But
he competes. I just don't think that you're getting that from Marco. You just don't see somebody that's competing until the whistle blows on each and every play. I mean, it just seems like he'll give you about 50%. He'll come out, and if he doesn't feel like he's in a good spot to make a play, it feels like he just kind of lets the rest transpire. Let's get to that some of these super chats, because I know one was in there about Marco.
Yeah.
AZ Fan 1998, time for Marco to go. That last TD was awful. Absolutely.
Alex, super chat. Thank you so much, AZ Fan. $4.99. D-line has to get some pressure on Stroud, bro, has all day to throw. Agreed. But again, who's going to do it at this point? Lecky Fotu's injured, Kazir White's injured. They're doing they're doing offensively what the Cardinals are not doing. They're protecting their quarterback. They're allowing for the big play. But again, here's where I'll give Kyler Murray and company some leeway. Is CJ Stroud's been doing this all year.
Yeah.
This has been a 10 and 11 week thing. So again, the Cardinals offensively, to me, just have to muck this game up, get it ugly again, run the football. You had them on their toes. You scored first. You stopped them on fourth down. You had an end zone INT. You had opportunities. But it's you just gave it right back to them at the end of the half. Topic 64, friend of the program, $1.99. Pound the rock.
Yes. No doubt about it. That is where you can offensively help your defense.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because what we're seeing outside of JT making a big play in the end zone, picking off CJ Stroud, he was picking apart this Cardinals defense for the bulk of the first half. I mean, when you look at the numbers from CJ Stroud, I mean, 18 of 24, 259, 2 touchdowns. I mean, huge numbers from CJ Stroud. He's on his way again to another 350-plus passing game. If you can win the time of possession, if you can keep CJ Stroud on the sideline, that's a win. And that's where, taking the air out of the football a little bit, pounding the rock with James Conner, design runs for Kyler Murray, getting Rondale Moore involved.
How about Greg Dortch?
Greg Dortch, absolutely.
Yeah.
Greg Dortch was open, as BG pointed out, on that play that Kyler Murray got. Was it a sack? Yeah. So,
I mean, James Conner should have no less than 15 to 20 touches in the second half.
Yeah.
No less. I mean, like you said, he's averaging 7 yards a carry. That's all pro. That's an all pro number right there. So you've got to handle – and that's the only way you're going to be able to keep C.J. Stroud off the field.
You're down by 11. You're not going to have an 11-point drive. Take it one possession at a time, but it starts, unfortunately, with this defense on the field yet again to begin the second half. We're going to be back here for your definitive Arizona Cardinal Houston Texans post-game show live from the BetMGM Sportsbook. Like us here on the program. Subscribe to PHNX Sports. We'll see you after the half.
We all silly like the mayor.